The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Carson-Newman falls in 5 sets to Queens at home alongside Carson-Newman coach Dave Franklin. I'm Michael Watring, and this is the Eagles Sports Network. And Coach, really interesting match. Kind of some really high ups for both teams, some really low lows for each team. But at the end of the day, pretty much equal between two pretty solid sides. It just came down to a late surge from Queens. What can you say about how your team was able to respond after conceding late leads in the first 2 sets to really dominate the third and fourth sets?
Absolutely. You know, they wanted to develop an identity of competitiveness, and we're defining that as an event plus your response can determine the outcome. And we want to choose how we respond. You know, 90% of your thoughts are negative. You don't have a choice on whether they're negative. They just pop in, but you can choose how you respond. And they've wanted to develop an identity of competitiveness and keep their focus. And so it was really good to see them show that identity. I thought we were competitive the whole night based off that definition. And so it's really exciting to see them put forth that effort, make that change, and have that identity, and be able to respond and just keep playing through at 3 and 4, like you said, and respond to 1 and 2 and know that we're playing good and we're doing good things. And so it's really good to see how competitive we can be.
Marnie Streeter had a season-high 18 kills. 4 players finished in double figures. Very good offensive night for you guys. Why were you guys able to be so balanced?
You know, I thought the first couple sets, the serve receive wasn't necessarily where we wanted it to be, but again, we solved a problem. That's another step for us, is solving problems in the game, and we were able to get our serve receive back under control in 2 and 3. You know, and that's where we did a lot of our damage with the kills. And so it was really good to see them solve that problem and see us go through a match and like, oh, we don't have it, but we can get serve receive because the game comes down to that. So I think the balance came from that we started to be able to pass the ball so our setters could distribute. And it was really good to see us do that and see kids take big swings.
At the end of the day, though, it is a loss. What's the message to a team after a night like tonight where really it came down to those first 2 sets? You had late leads. If you just push it over the top, maybe you're looking at potentially a sweep, a 4-set win tonight.
You know, the message is you got to play again tomorrow. As cliche as it is, it's over 30 matches. It's you got to keep playing. You got to win a bunch. And so this can't carry over. We just got to look at the positives of it, look at it and say, ooh, good identity. We keep getting in these situations, and we're going to learn to do that. You know, they work too hard not to learn how to do it. They care too much, and so I'm just really proud of that effort and really excited to see them continue to grow in late sets.
One final thing I want to ask. You mentioned the positives. Well, Queens was the second most efficient team coming into tonight. Well, for much of the match, they were below 100. Why were you guys able to stifle their offensive attack?
You know, it comes down to that serve receive. You know, we didn't have very many aces in the first 2 sets, and they were passing pretty well, and then we were able to serve them out of system. You know, serving is usually a weapon of ours, so it was really exciting to see us stay the course there and for what we call hit our mats. And so it started to put the pressure on them, and over time, it started to get them out of system and get them uncomfortable and on their heels. And so I think that led to us to be able to dig some balls, put big blocks in front of them, and so it hurt their efficiency because they had to take a bunch of swings. They didn't necessarily make a bunch of errors. They made a normal amount, but we just so many more swings. So that's kind of how we play. It was good to see that, and it gave us opportunities, and we're going to learn to convert those opportunities.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Eagles get Catawba tomorrow at 5 o'clock. He's Dave Franklin. I'm Michael Watring, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.